Hello again, everyone. I'm Casey Bortnick. Thanks for joining us live right here on Spectrum News Rochester at 6 o'clock. We'll be joining Todd Kirkman. He's live at the Weather Center in just a moment with a look at how warm things are going to get over the next few days. But first, our top stories in this live half hour. Todd Kirkman is standing by live. Todd, we know things are going to get warm, but are things going to get warm enough to possibly cause any flooding issues?
You know, that is the concern, especially as we get into Thursday night and Friday, as the temperatures Thursday should be up near 60 at their peak. And of course, we'll still be well into the 50s on Friday. Add some rain on top of that. That means a lot of snow melt, a lot of sloppy roads and parking lots, and the potential for some poor drainage flooding and even some flooding along creeks and streams.
Todd, I got to ask you, obviously we talk about the possibility of flooding. People along the Lake Ontario shoreline watching are going to get concerned. Are those the areas we need to watch?
It's, I think there might be some there. You really got to have that northeasterly wind cranking to get that up there near the Lake Ontario shoreline. It's going to be along the creeks and streams and in areas where you just have a lot of snowpack. And that will kind of clog up those storm drains and stuff, Casey.
Well, those who live along the Lake Ontario have had enough to deal with, so hopefully they're spared from any possible flooding there. Todd, we appreciate the update. We'll check back in with you, look at the 7-day coming up. Meantime, Ted Goldberg joins us now with sports, and I keep hearing this trust the process phrase. Are we going to get that out of here now that both Sean McDermott and Brendan Bean held their press conference today?
I think we're going to keep trusting the process. There's a lot of process to trust, but...
What is the process, Ted?
That's a wonderful question, and I'm glad you asked.
Do you know?
It's the process. Don't question it.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to question it.
Now that the season is finally over for the Buffalo Bills holding their end-of-season presser, you heard from players yesterday. Today we hear from head coach Sean McDermott and general manager Brandon Bean, talking about the end of the season, talking about the process, all that fun stuff coming up in sports.
All right, I got a trivia question for you.
Oh, here we go.
You mentioned the Amherst making it to the Calder Cup Finals in 1999. Do you know who they lost to?
Grand Rapids Griffins.
No. Close, though. The Hartford Wolfpack.
Oh, the Hartford Wolfpack.
I was in college covering that.
You were?
Yes.
Hartford Wolfpack was in the Western Conference?
They lost to the Hartford Wolfpack in the Calder Cup Finals. I traveled to cover it. You don't believe me? You think I'm making it up?
No. Absolutely. You're too young to have covered that. What are you talking about?
I don't know what the conference shifting was, but
I was going to say
young back then, but they played the Hartford Wolfpack.
I'm old enough to remember when the Utica Comets were in the Western Conference.
Okay.
Utica? West?
Yeah. Well,
West of what?
I guess they do those things in the AHL.
I don't know.
I don't know. All right, Ted, we appreciate the update, man.